Okay friends, so I'm sitting here and yeah, this is a laid back video, but I thought, you know what, I've been busy, I've had to take care of the kids, I just put my kids to bed, my wife is at book club, and I thought, you know, I'm sitting here on the couch watching The Patriot off of Netflix, and I've been wanting to make another Nikola video, but I'm like, what do I talk about with Nikola? There's no real news about Nikola right now. The GM deal fell through, which we all knew it was gonna fall through. And I'm sitting here going like, what do I even talk about with this company besides just talking about rehashing old stuff with Trevor Milton, the fake trucks, all this stuff that really no one cares about anymore. Just no one cares. So as I'm reading into all the news articles, there's no real news besides we're still talking about this GM deal. We're just talking about now that like, it's not happening. Duh, we knew that wasn't gonna happen. And this is not a video bashing Nikola. Whenever I make a video talking about Nikola, I always try to make it a double-edged sword where I talk about the good, but I talk about the bad. I like Nikola. I like Nikola as what it could be. I like the hydrogen fuel cell / battery truck. If that could ever happen, it's a big if, I do not invest in this company. Am I telling you to invest in this company? Absolutely not. That's for you to decide. But what I find so interesting with Nikola right now is that all the top dogs, everyone, all the top analysts, all the top gurus, the OGs on YouTube that have been doing the stock game a lot longer than most of us, all said that Nikola would be probably a $5 to $10 stock this week. Well, Monday morning started and I was watching it like all of you, like a hawk, like, okay, it's gonna drop to $5. It's just gotta drop. Well, it went down around 16 to 17 and then that was it. So like I was waiting. And it's really just been a buying week in the stock market because a lot of things have just crashed. But Nikola is starting to go back up into the $20 range. This is insane. And this is just like what I talked about with my last video with Nikola. I said, you have all these new investors in Nikola and you have all this hype that is gone. And in my last video I made about Nikola, I said this exact same thing. What is happening? What we're seeing happening right now, I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Here it is. All of the old gossip, all of the old stuff that happened with Nikola, with the Trevor Milton, the Badger truck, the semi trucks, everything. It's all fading away and you're seeing Nikola revamp itself. You're seeing it start into this new concept of a company. Right now, it's really just them. Like, there's nothing else going on. And I think to myself, well, maybe this is good. They're kind of like rebirthing themselves right now. They're not really attached to anything right now. They're not attached to the GM thing. I mean, personally, I didn't like the GM deal. I thought that was kind of ridiculous, like them to go with GM. It's just, when I think of GM, I think of like blue-collared workers and trucks and, you know, like, you know, race cars. You know, when I think of Nikola, I think of kind of like straight competitor with Tesla and fancy like electric hydrogen fuel cell cars. Like, I don't think of them with GM. You know, it would have been good for the deal to happen for Nikola, but you know, it didn't happen, which we pretty much knew that. If you follow Nikola, you pretty much knew that wasn't gonna happen. But as I'm sitting here rambling about this, I just want to know, what are people thinking? If this stock was to go to $5, would you invest into Nikola still? You know, if it went down to $2, would you invest? You know, I'm wondering that just for myself, you know, because right now there's no good news. There's nothing really going on. Like, they're selling hats, t-shirts, and stickers. They haven't sold any vehicles. Nothing has happened. And there's been a bunch more gossip stories that we don't know that are really true. Or, you know, the problem is right now there's so many YouTubers that, you know, here's what a lot of YouTubers don't want to tell you. They're making thousands of dollars weekly off of talking junk about Nikola. And it's just the same stuff being rehashed. All the stuff that's fading away in the media, they just keep bringing it up like it's brand new. Like, all this stuff is done and over with. Yeah, they've been caught. They've apologized. It's bad. You know, they're moving on. They're trying to move on. They're trying to really be a real company. And listen, I know people are getting mad right now because it sounds like I'm taking up for them. But what I'm trying to say is, let's look at what it could be. Like, I'm looking at what this could be. I realize there's no Badger truck. There never was. There was just a computer design. Like, I get that. It's a sweet design. It's a cool truck, but it doesn't exist. Like, it's not real. The semi-truck, it's just a kind of a nuts and bolts and truck that, you know, they do have a truck that does run. There's been an extensive documentary on that. I think that CBS did. It's pretty good. You should check it out. It's on YouTube. And the truck had a bunch of problems when they went to go drive it. It was just kind of like, wah, wah, more bad news. At this point, I'm waiting for some heavy hand, deep pocket investor to walk in and say, here's a blank check, you know, let's get this going, sort of thing. That's kind of what I'm waiting to hear about. I'm waiting to wake up and read an article about that or see it on YouTube. Because, like I've said, it's a very well-known company. Whether it's bad news or good news, it's still news and people know the company. And like I've said, we have all these new investors buying into Nikola. They have no idea about the last 6 months with Nikola. They just know that it's an EV company. They want to invest in an EV company. It's something like Tesla. They look at Tesla and they go, oh man, look at Tesla, look at that stock. Maybe this stock, maybe Nikola stock will be $600 one day. And they buy the company. Boom, right there it happens and they get stuck in it. It happens every day. It's happening right now as you're watching this video. And this is how the beast stays alive. This is how it keeps going. But friends, let me know what you think. Listen, like I said, I'm not telling anybody to invest in this company. Do I like Nikola? I like Nikola as what it could be. They've got great designs. They've got great ideas. A hydrogen fuel cell truck slash battery for short distance, and then click on the hydrogen fuel cell for long distance. That's awesome. That's cool. The whole hydrogen fuel cell system when it comes to economy driving on highways, the world is not there yet, especially the United States. You know, think of Tesla. You know, it's just the last like 4 or 5 years that Tesla has all these places where you can stop on the road and charge your vehicle up, charge your Tesla. You know, hydrogen fuel cell system, it's not like that yet. So these are all things you have to take into consideration when you're thinking about buying into Nikola. You know, if they were to actually make a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, truck, car, you know, semi-truck, what would that look like for them being operational and cost effective? And they were making their own hydrogen fuel cell fuel. They have stopped because, you know, they don't have the money to do that. These are things I think of if I were to ever invest in this. You know, like I said, if this went down to $2 a stock, you know, would I be willing to gamble even $100 in this? You know, I'm still at a point where I'm like, I don't know. You know, like there's no good news. There's nothing going on. But here's what I do know. The first sign of good news with this, like I said, if somebody comes in with heavy pockets, man, we're gonna see Nikola go right back up. I mean, last week we had an amazing week in the stock market, and a lot of people sold out of stuff, and there was a lot of short trading going on. And we saw Nikola go up to like 35, right under $40 a share. And the whole time I'm watching this with all of y'all going like, who is buying this for $35 a share? Of course, there's a lot of short traders in that, I realize. But there's also just a lot of people in that going, oh wow, there must be good news. Not even looking, and they're just buying the thing. And yet again, there's people stuck in this because they bought Nikola at $35 a share last week. And then at the end of the week, the news came out about GM deal not going through as we knew and we expected it to happen. But guys, like I said, let me know what you're thinking. I just rambled on here about this, but I've just been thinking about this all week. I find this so interesting that, you know, this is like, there's literally a company that you can invest in right now that has not sold one vehicle, that has had so much bad news. On pen and paper, it looks great. The pictures look great. Like, I wish Nikola would work. Like, God, I wish it would work because it's so cool. I want it to work, I really do. But the only thing they've sold is pins, t-shirts and hoodies. Like that's all they've sold. Guys, let me know what you're doing with this. You know, I know I'm gonna get some haters in the comments. I get it. Like, I'm not trying to take up for them. I'm really not. I promise you I'm not. But this is just so interesting that this is still going on. And the thing is, people are still buying the company at such a high stock rate. Like, the market cap right now is ridiculous. It's not even it's not even real. It's not even real. Like, people don't even realize that. I mean, honestly, Nikola's stock should be like $5 a share. Literally, because they haven't made any money. It should be like under $5 a share. It really should. Ford was under $5 a share just a few months ago, and they're selling cars. But guys, that's it. I'm done. But comment, tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're thinking here. Am I just going crazy here, or what are you thinking? Are you like me? Do you like Nikola, but do you think this is just insanity? What's going on here? But guys, as always, be positive and be you, and God bless you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.